Here goes. In spring of 2007, I went for my annual checkup with my gynecologist, and she called to tell me that my results were abnormal. And that was the first time I'd ever heard that, so I freaked out a little bit. She told me that that was normal, it happens all the time, nothing I should be too concerned about, but I did have to go back for more testing. So, okay, so I go back for more testing. I go in the office to review the results, and she sat down next to me and put her hand on mine and said, "I'm sorry, but you have cancer." So, I didn't expect that. Okay, I don't really remember a whole lot of what she said after that. I remember I felt cold, and I remember I started shaking a bit, but I don't remember what else she said. From there, I had to go on to an oncologist and start seeing her. She did more tests, and she said, you have adenocarcinoma, which is the less common type of cervical cancer, and it's aggressive. So I had more bad news. She said we need to do a more extensive biopsy. So then I went on to the hospital, and we had the biopsy there, and she came back and told me that it's also invasive. So it had already started spreading at that point. So then she told me that I had to go for a radical hysterectomy. So now I was dealing with the fear of the fact that my body was fighting cancer, and also to find out that I was never going to be able to have children. So it was a lot to handle at one time. So I went for the hysterectomy. They also removed 27 lymph nodes. I had some complications with the surgery that made my recuperation very, very difficult and very lengthy. But they came back with the test results after my surgery and said that they got it all, and I was now cancer-free. So I didn't care how bad my recuperation was going to be or how long it was going to take. I no longer had cancer. So yeah, so that was good. So anyway, so in about 2 months from now, on August 16th, I will be celebrating 5 years cancer-free. Which is a really, really big deal. Because the type of cancer I had was so aggressive, I still have to go for checkups every 4 months. But the likelihood of it coming back would be, the most likelihood of it coming back would be within the first 5 years. So when I hit that 5-year mark, that's going to be very significant for me. And as I've been getting closer to the 5-year mark, I really felt that I wanted to help in some way. So I called the American Cancer Society, and I told them that. I also told them that I had an interest in event planning, and they said, you got to get involved with Relay. And they put me in touch, and Michelle and I started speaking, and since that time, I've done whatever I could do to try to help with the preparations for tonight's event, in addition to forming my own team. So that's why I'm here. Now, when they asked me if I would get up to speak tonight, my initial reaction was no. It's not very easy to get up on a stage and talk to a whole group of people, so I didn't really want to do it, but the more I thought about it, I decided I did want to do this. But the reason I wanted to do this because it gives me an opportunity in front of a lot of people to acknowledge and thank a few people in my life. When I was sick, I needed a lot of help in a lot of ways, and I really needed to rely on people to help me. And there were some people in my life who completely took care of me. And when all was said and done, and I was saying thank you to them, those words didn't seem to convey the overwhelming gratitude that I truly felt. So I'm standing here tonight to say thank you, first and foremost, to my mom, who is here tonight, and she was by my side every minute, and she helped to make every day a little bit easier for me. And my friend Eileen, who is also here today, who did a lot more for me than I think she realizes. I'd also thank my father, my sister, and my friend Jenna, who are not here, but I really relied on these caregivers to take care of me, and I will be eternally grateful. Since that time, a whole world of people have come into my life. And if you look at the Candlelighters team, this is a very special group of people. And I want all of you to know that I am very honored to be friends with a group of people as caring and generous as all of you are. Since day one, they have been so supportive of my need to be involved with this cause. They rolled up their sleeves and they said, how can we help? And it's because of them that our team was able to raise over $5,600 for Cancer Society. I love all of you. And before I go, I want to say a very special thank you to my boyfriend, Chris. He is the most loving and supportive partner anybody could ever ask for. And I wake up every morning thankful that I do not have cancer, but I'm that much more thankful because I get to spend that day with you. I love you. So, thank you, everybody. Have a great night.